Now, heavy machinery, including TLBs, continue to clear the site at Shaft 10 in Stilfontein in the northwest, preparing for that shaft to be resealed. This is the place where several illegal miners resurfaced on their own in the past few months after police intensified their Vala Umgodi operation. Newzroom Afrika's Refiloe Seboko is there and joins us now live. Refiloe, good morning.
Good morning, Iman. Together with our viewers, indeed, that operation by the DMRE, we see the contractor on site here at Shaft 10 with that process of clearing site, but also preparing for the resealing of the Shaft 10. Like we indicated, this is where a score of illegal miners resurfaced on their own during that intensified operation by Operation Vala Umgodi by the police in, an effort to combat illegal mining activities. Let me speak to Seboko in the Northwest Province to just get their reaction to this process that is ongoing. Thank you so much, Mzukis, and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. You talk to us about your response or reaction as Seboko with regards to now the process that has started for resealing of this shaft in Stilfontein.
Thank you so much. We are extremely disappointed because this is the exact same attitude which led to the death of more than 98 people. We agreed together with the Minister of Police and the Minister of DMRE that before the decision of as to whether we are resealing or we are opting for artisanal mining could be taken, the relevant stakeholders would have been engaged. But there has never been any sort of consultation or engagement since the last day the two said ministers were here. There has never been any form of communication because they do not regard us as the community as the relevant stakeholders. They have these other people that they regard as stakeholders or relevant stakeholders other than ourselves. We also had hoped that since we were having a mining indaba, perhaps it was going to be brought here so that we can intensively address the issues around mining and the mining communities. But guess what? They took it to Cape Town because they are stakeholders. They are fed cats, stay in Stellenbosch. It's not the people who stay in Kuma, so they would never take such an event to us. So we are really disappointed by what is happening here. And this is provocative because we received calls from the community who heard this thing from the grapevine. We got this from media and from the community. No one has bothered to engage us as stakeholders, not the Minister of Police, not the Minister of DMRE, because they don't regard us as their stakeholders.
This process of resealing or closing or rehabilitation of shafts that speaks to dealing with the challenges of illegal mining and to ensure that activities like illegal mining around, not just in Stilfontein but in the country as a whole, does not continue like that which we saw here in Stilfontein.
Around here, we engaged intensively with the minister and especially the Minister of Police. We all agreed that instead of resealing, perhaps let us opt for artisanal mining. He agreed. The Minister of DMRE promised that he was going to pay attention to the process of issuing of artisanal mining certificates. So what is happening here is something that we never agreed on, because the situation here is not the same as perhaps in other communities. The community of Kuma have lived for years through these shafts. And they have proven beyond reasonable doubt that there are still minerals in these shafts. Now, why would you then opt on resealing them if you really care about the community? Because this is the only way of living that the community is used to. Now, if you are resealing all of these shafts, what are you saying must then happen to the people, to the community of Kuma? Because the reason why we engaged and agreed on artisanal mining, it was on the basis of the fact that these people have lived for years through these shafts. The government is failing in terms of creating employment. And when you then say shut these shafts, what are you saying must happen to them? Are you saying they must then go and commit crime in the CBD? Are you then saying they must go and actually break-ins and all of that? Because like I was saying, this is their only way of living. Go to Kuma, you'll be greeted by the smell of poverty. So we are really disappointed by what is happening, and it is provocative, and the community is eventually going to retaliate, and we are going to lead them.
Thank you so much for your time. Mzuki Sijem, the spokesperson of Sanko in the Northwest Province, saying that they're disappointed, Demand, with this operation that is happening here. As you can see that it is ongoing, the resealing of shaft 10, which the DMRE indicated that this is the process that they will be embarking on in ensuring that these shafts are not attracting illegal mining activities anymore.